guys, welcome to episode 22. I'm Tanya. This is Karma's a Stitch, and this is where I talk a bit about my knitting and crochet and projects and life and stuff. I've been messing with the lighting and I'm sorry. I had my glasses on because I couldn't see, but then you got the light reflection and I've been messing with it for 20 minutes. Not a whole lot I can do. I do have an app going over here. Anthony's on his way over, and I might just keep messing with the lights and see if he'll get here, and maybe he's here. All right, maybe I'll do the intro again. Who knows? Nope, I am not going to do the intro again. That in itself was take number 3 or 4. So we're just going to move forward. Anthony is here. He's made his coffee. I've got the dogs in my bedroom. I turned on some baby Mozart music to keep noise in the bedroom so they didn't hear Anthony get here. Hopefully that works.
I was wondering what that noise is in there.
Yeah, I turned on some baby Mozart just so there was noise in there. So welcome, you guys. It's great to be here. I am doing this every week and I'm looking forward to it every week. There are 2 things that I've noticed will be different by doing it every week. First, I won't have new acquisitions every week. Second, I won't have an FO every week, but I will have progress to share. So this week I do have some new stuff. And I received another box of bags from my mom. So I do start every episode with a scripture. The scripture for this episode is Proverbs 16:31. That one's been sitting with me for a couple days. So there you go. I'll put it at the end of the episode. And we're going to jump into new stuff. Like I said, I got a box from my mom. And as you all know, I love the packages I get from my mom. So I'm going to show pretty much every bag. So I had a friend who had fallen in love. If you guys look at this fabric, this is a fabric for a project bag I use quite often. And I had a girlfriend say she loved this material and wanted to know if my mom had any more. So mom made a duplicate bag with a matching notions pouch.
Wasn't that the fabric that your mom used with your old dress that you used to wear whenever you were like
nope.
super young?
Nope, that is not this material. I don't think there's any of that material in this box, but I will. If there is, I'll mention it. So this bag might look familiar. She's got a little, I don't know what that's called, but you can attach the notion pouch here or flip it in. You can cinch it up. Anyway, that was for a friend who really loved this material. This bag will be confiscated by me. Mom said that this was one of the first big bags that she had done, and it is a big bag, and she hadn't put like handles on it. This is a bag where I would probably want a handle, but she just put this here. But this is a great big bag. But look at that. Made with love, knitting with lots of love just for you. Scissors. Let's see what you guys are looking at. There's tea, knitting needles. There's one that I really love. Let's see if I can find it on here. Is it on the back? Yeah, right here. I love that one. Not too sure why, but so this doesn't have handles, which normally I think I'd want on a bag this size. So I'm being forced to keep this one for myself.
Really gotta twist your arm for that one.
I know. Nice box bottom and pockets on the inside. Yeah, this one is, it's got, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got 2-layer pockets. Happiness is homemade. All this, and I knit too. Love it. So knitting is the new yoga. She's got some really fun fabrics. This one is clearly made for a dog lover. Matching notion pouch, box bottom. Yeah, I love my mom's bags. And she always sends such a big bag. And these, I love these fabrics. Look at that. With the pocket. Aren't those fun? I love the gray inside that one. I think I like this kind of handle. That's what I think I would have wanted on that blue one that she sent. But I love that fabric, you guys. Look at that. Those look like origami birds to me. Is that what those are? That's what I see.
I can't really see them because the...
There you go.
Oh, yeah, they do kind of look like origami birds.
This one has pockets in it and a box bottom. It doesn't have that center piece. It's just a cylinder. You can fold it over. It's got the drawstrings. And a little key fob. Look at that.
Yamas.
Yama, yama.
Yama, yama, rip it, yama.
And this one also has matching notions pouch. It's got 2 pouches that are not, I mean, they go into 2 separate spots. They don't attach inside. So that's super fun. This one is the one she made for Anthony. Look at the size of that, Anthony. It's for his blanket he's making. And she put this canvas. I don't know if you guys can see that that's canvas, but she put this canvas on the bottom. And I love that. So this is for you. Woohoo!
Because this is the bag that I've been using.
Mm-hmm. Not nearly as big.
No. And so this...
And she made him a notions pouch to match.
So this, my blanket, and it won't really, it fits in there, but it's really, really, really snug.
Yeah, it is. That bag that you have now, it does fit, but it is super snug.
Yeah.
So there's your notions pouch.
I gotta throw stuff. It's not nice.
Look at this. All I think about are circular needles being stored in there. How fun. This one is a little notions pouch. It kind of matches that origami. And this is the material that I loved. Super fun. Not a box bottom on that one. Notions pouch, box bottom. A smaller one. You guys, I love this fabric that she uses.
Oh,
even smaller for kind of maybe some needles, some scissors. Yeah, super cute. Another little notions pouch. You hear that puppy barking for you, boy?
I do.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to pause so you can go get him.
I mean, we don't have to pause. I could just go grab him. It's up to you, though.
Look at that. Springy, right? Totally makes me think of spring. Maybe it's just the bright colors. This one is good any time of year.
Yeah.
There we go. I love that. But those colors for sure for Valentine's Day.
When is Valentine's Day?
February 14th. Last, but certainly not least, bag. It's got a zipper on the front. It does not go into the main pouch of the bag, just its own little pouch, maybe for a cell phone. Little charm. Yes, look at how fun with the pockets. So yeah, that would be my stack of new acquisitions from my mother. And that would bring me to my whips. I will start with my habitation throw. I am gonna pause this so that we can check on the puppy. And what I wanted to do with this habitation throw is I wanna weigh how much I have left in the ball, because with my goals, I wanna have an idea of how many grams I want to knit into this blanket in the next week. So I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna go check on puppy and then get my scale. I'll be right back. Okay, so with my whips, my works in progress, I'm gonna start with my habitation throw by Helen Stewart. This is one that I used yarn from one of my Advent calendars, the calendar that I got from Cornbread and Honey. And what I had done, and if you've watched me at all, you'll know what I've done, so I'm sorry for the repeat, but we do have new subscribers, so yay. So what I did with my Advent calendar is each day I had a 20-gram mini, and I weighed it into 2 10-gram balls. The first 10-gram ball I started putting into my habitation throw as it grew, but the second one I tied on to a magic yarn ball, okay? There's a big truck outside picking up our recycling. 1 minute. Okay, so I put the second 10 grams into a magic yarn ball. So day 1 is on the center of this ball, and then day 2, I added onto it, and then day 3 and day 4. So as I built my habitation throw, and it started at this corner, okay? This was day 1, 10 grams. Day 2, 10 grams, and so on, all the way through to day 24. Okay, so then once I finished the 10 grams of day 24, that's when you start your decreases. So I don't know if you can see, I just started my decrease right there. Okay, so just started, so sorry you guys, just started the decrease right there. So then once I started my decreases, I started with my magic yarn ball. So this is day 24, and it'll gradually go back to day 1 so that the corners match and the colors increase and then they decrease. So it'll be mirrored. I hope that makes sense. I'm so sorry if I'm not describing it right. So with this magic yarn ball right now, let me find out how much I have. I have 260 grams right now. So I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. 260 now. All right. So I will figure out how much I want to have done by the time we get back next week. So I'm keeping this in my put on your big girl panties or put your big girl panties on bag that I got at the knitting retreat that I went to last year. It's by Knitted Niceties, who's local here to me. And if you look here, this little progress keeper, it's marking my right side row, but that's also where I was at. the last time you guys saw this blanket. So that's how it's looking so far. Woo. And what a fun project. I've really enjoyed this project. It's a very easy pattern to get into the rhythm of. It is the one that sits in my car. So when I'm waiting for Alex or whatever, this is the one I'm working on. So there's my first whip. My second whip that I am working on is my Rocket T DK. And that is...
This, like every time, this always gets knotted so easily.
I'll help you unwind it if you need me to. If you want to stop, I'll help you ball it up.
It's all good.
Okay, so this is being held in this project bag that I got at one of our local knitting stores. And if you remember, last week I talked about my progress on this sweater, and I had like the missed slip stitches, like the stitch marker had been, like I did my yarn over in the raglan portion. I guess it goes that way. And you do a yarn over, and then you move your slips, your stitch marker over, and then you do another yarn over, or, you know, your stitch in between. The pattern that you do to make the raglan pattern. And my yarn over had slipped over my stitch marker. And so I had like 2 stitches that were off. Very noticeable, couldn't do it. I had an amazing friend, Terry, say that she could potentially help me fix that. But by the time I had posted the episode, I had already torn the whole sweater out. So this sweater I had to restart. However, even with restarting it, I am pretty pleased with my progress. So keep in mind, last week I had to restart this whole thing. This is the Rocket Tee. I guess I should talk about the pattern. This is the Rocket Tee by Tanis Fiber Arts. Let's see if I can find the picture real quickly. You know what? I'll put the picture up on the screen. So, yarn on me. So look at this progress, you guys. And I am in love, and I'll talk about the yarn in a minute, but I'm in love with this fabric. Look at this. I've got both sleeves complete, and I am working on the body. Now, I have to measure from right under the arm down, like you do with a sweater. And I need to go to like 17 inches, and I think I'm at about 12 right now. But isn't that beautiful? Look at that. I love this. I love this fabric. I love this yarn. But right here is where I had, like, my stitch marker had slipped over. So I had 2 stitches, so these eyelets weren't lined up. Very noticeable. Yes, it was. So the yarn I'm using is the Sueño Tweed. What colorway is it? Graphite. What is that? Grandiose Gray. So Sueño Tweed. And it's in Grandiose Gray. It's 69% superwash merino, 16% viscose from bamboo, 15% viscose flex. So I am so excited for this sweater to be done. If you follow me on Instagram, which all the places you can find me are listed down below. I forgot that part of the intro.
We did say that you're not going to do the intro.
I said I wasn't going to redo the intro,
Oh,
but I forgot to tell you where you can reach me. Maybe I'll try to remember to do that at the end, but it is all linked below. Okay, so that is my Rocket Tee DK by Tanis Fiber Arts. Now, I had made a commitment to myself to wrap up some of my whips. I really wanted to stay focused. I really wanted to be a monogamous knitter. And I feel like I've done really, really well. I have finished my crochet, this has just been in 2022. And today is the 4th of February. So I finished the crochet blanket with the Brene Baby blanket. I finished the Granny Square blanket, which was one of my Advents. I finished a test knit. I finished another Advent shawl from another Advent calendar that I had from Inner Yarns In, and the pattern was Crystal Tea Knits. I want to say I finished that bulky sweater, the Sunday sweater. I've done a lot so far because I've tried to stay focused and get some of the stuff off my needles. But I had a weak moment and I did do a new cast on. I even started my own pattern and I was like, no, you have got to stay focused. But I cast something else on. And if I get this, I will. It's not if. As soon as I get this Rocket Tee done, I might just have a cast on party. My Louisa Harding sweater is next. I know I'm gonna love that one as well, but there are so many things I wanna cast on right now and I'm having a hard time holding myself back. So I cast on the Hokey Locatelli Bauble Cowl. Look at that. It's simple. It's easy. I was like, oh, I could do this. I could do this. You want me to tell you what yarn I used? I used the yarn I was swatching with for my own pattern because with the pattern that I'm doing, I didn't want, the color of this yarn was kind of taking away from the pattern. And I was like, oh, this yarn would look great in a much more not basic, but simplistic pattern, which this cowl is so classy. So classy. I love the eyelets going at different angles. And it's going to be perfect for this. This was the Advent colorway that I got from Cornbread and Honey. And then the full skein that I got from Inner Yarns In will be the one that I use for my pattern. But I did cast on this cowl, this bauble cowl. And that's how far I've gotten. Isn't that fun? But do you see how the multiple color changes and the frequent color changes doesn't really take away from this pattern? You can still see the pattern. That's kind of, that's what was being missed with the one that I'm doing for myself. And I needed the Inner Yarns In colorway was a lot. I think I have it caked up. I'll do that. So anyway, this is a new cast on. I felt a little guilty casting it on, and so I didn't put nearly as much work into it, but I got a lot done on that Rocket Tee. So this was a new cast on, which I'm pretty excited about. Let's see, I do have it caked up. It's right here. So I think that this colorway from Inner Yarns In is going to be a lot better for, I have a hair on my face. I can't tell where it's coming from. I think it's going to be a lot better to show the pattern because look at how beautiful, and just the color changes are subtle. They're very noticeable, but they're subtle, softer changes, not quite so. I mean, that yarn is just beautiful. So this was the day 25 of my Advent from Inner Yarns In. And I think it's stunning. So anyway, I'm going to show you this yarn ball cozy that I got, but I'm going to try to find a way to do it without showing you the curse word. There you go. Isn't that great? It does have a curse word right under my finger. Isn't that fun? Do you want to look at that one, son? So anyway, so that is, I decided to change the colorways. I had swatched with that other color from Cornbread and Honey. Beautiful yarn, but the color changes were not showing the pattern like I wanted, which I am glad I swatched it, right? So that's it for my whips. Let's look at my notes. I don't have any FOs, but if you follow me on Instagram, I'm feeling pretty confident that I will be wearing a new gray sweater by the end of the weekend, and I will post a picture. So I don't have any FOs this week to talk about, so sorry. Goals for this week. I absolutely want to finish the Rocket Tee. Okay, that's just gonna have to happen by the end of the weekend, I think. I want to have the first panel done. I want to have the first panel done of my Louisa Harding and have a good start on the back panel of that one. I guess I could show you that project. Hold on one second. Okay, so my Louisa Harding is, if you're new here, is stored in the Mondo bag that my mom made for me. It is a Mondo bag. And this Louisa Harding sweater is on the cover of this Louisa Harding magazine. And I have this exact color, this exact yarn. This is what I'm doing. And this sweater is knit lengthwise. So you start on this seam and you build it all the way across. And then you do a front panel, a back panel, and then you connect them and then you put the sleeves on. So this is my progress with that. So this will go across my neck here, right? And then there's the bottom of it. And this is the left seam. Can you see that left seam? And it'll go across. And this is where I'm at, working towards the right seam. So that's my progress. I'd really love to have this front panel completed. Isn't that stunning though? I just think that's beautiful. And this yarn, oh, this yarn, I don't know if you can really see that, but I have truly enjoyed this project and it needs to be completed so that I can wear it. So that is my next goal, is to have this front panel completed and be working steadily. I want to make some good noticeable progress on the back panel. I have mixed feelings about cast-ons right now. I have so many things I want to cast on. So many things I want to cast on. I have 2 birthday gifts, one for my mom, one for my aunt, that my mom's birthday is in March. So logically, that's the one I should be doing. And my aunt's birthday is in May. So I need to cast on, get things going, but I really want to finish. Anyway, we'll see. So goal-wise, I want to not cast on any more than 2 additional projects this upcoming week. We'll see how I do. I don't know how I'll do with that. And then with the habitation throw, I had 260 grams in that magic yarn ball. And I think if I could get that down to 200 grams, that's a realistic goal with the amount of other knitting that I have going on. So if I could start the decreases and get 60 more grams into that habitation throw, I think that would be my goal for that one. But I think that's it for life stuff, you guys. Because I didn't talk to you about how you can reach me, I'll do that here. You can find me on Ravelry as 76Karma. I do try to keep my project pages somewhat current. I mean, if I start a new project that's available on Ravelry, I try to start a project page. I may not be up to date with progress pictures, but I do have a project page that'll talk about yarn and stuff that I'm using in the project. You can find me on Instagram as Karma's a Stitch. I do post on there probably once or twice a week. I'm not like a daily poster or anything like that, but I do post on there. And email is Tanya@karmasastitch.com. And you are welcome to reach out to me. I've gotten a couple of really fantastic emails this past week, and it's just reaffirming that yes, we started this channel so that we could kind of communicate and build a little community of crafters and knitters, and it's just been fantastic. So, life stuff. It is the 4th. I have 10 days to get 2 kindergarten classrooms Valentine's done. Now, our family doesn't just do Valentine's cards with little candies or a box of conversation hearts and write to and from. We do a little bit more. I'll probably show an example of what we do next week because I'll have started them. At this point, I've just bought the material, and so Alex and Corey and I will be working on that this week, and I will show some of that next week.
I remember, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're okay.
I remember that as I was growing up, we did the same thing.
Yep.
And as long as I can remember, we've always done that for Valentine's Day. At least while one of us was in school, and that was like a little project. Like we had to put time apart, set time apart to like dedicate that to making the little project.
Yeah, no, it's an ordeal. It's definitely what we do for Valentine's Day definitely is time consuming. And, when Anthony was in elementary school, his sister, my older daughter, was 1 grade behind him. And so we always had 2 classrooms to do. And the classroom sizes were roughly about 30 kids each. And this was a process, and we had a lot of fun, and the kids looked forward to it. I think kids that had my kids in their class year after year looked forward to Valentine's Day. And then as Anthony and my older daughter kind of moved up, then I only had 1 elementary school student left, and now he's graduating, and I've now got Alex, who's just in kindergarten, but this year she's in 2 separate schools. We have her in a morning private school, and we have her in an afternoon public school, so that she has all-day kindergarten. So she has 2 classrooms that we're doing this for this year. And I think I counted 48 that we have to do this year. 48. So I will share more with that next week, but that is something we're doing. And we've had on the weekends, we do a family movie night, Corey and Alex and I have started listening to audiobooks. So I have my earbuds in, but I'll sit in the living room and they want the lights off, and I'll have my knitting light on. What an amazing Christmas gift I got, because I'll sit there and I'll be putting my, I'll be knitting, listening to my audiobook, and Corey and Alex will be watching something on TV. If Alex will come in, and I think I have a picture. I don't know if I'll post it or not, but we were watching a movie in my craft room, and she was so engrossed. And you just see her holding her snack bowl, just staring at the TV. It was so great. But we've been doing some of that. I've been listening to audiobooks. If you have suggestions on good audiobooks, right now I'm listening to some really old, like 1300s historical, cheesy, sleazy romance novels while I knit. So if you have any suggestions that might broaden my horizons a little bit, feel free to leave those as suggestions, because I've really enjoyed doing that recently. But yeah, you guys, I think that's about it for this episode 22. And the episodes are becoming a little bit smaller. Let me know what you think. If you enjoy the shorter episodes every week, or if you like the longer ones every 2 weeks, I'd really like to know. I know it's nothing you can do is going to make everybody happy, which is why I'm kind of just doing what I am enjoying. I don't feel pressured. It's not stressful. I'm enjoying doing it. I love sharing my projects. And it's definitely keeping me accountable to keep working on different things. And I think that's been a big thing for me, is being able to be accountable for what I say I'm going to do with my projects. I did get Corey got me the Peloton for Christmas, and then right after New Year's, I got super uber sick, and I had a sinus infection and bronchitis and dental appointments, but I'm finally feeling great, and I'm getting on that Peloton. So fun. So much fun. Those people, those coaches, so motivational. I have thoroughly enjoyed that. But yeah, you guys, I think that's it. If you've enjoyed this comment, if you would consider hitting like, and if you're not already, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you guys in a week or so. Bye.
See ya.